Good evening. We are going to get a transfer function from a given differential equation. So here we are trying to do, I think this is, if I remember this correctly, this is homework 1, and this will help you in solving problem number 4. Okay, so what we are really going to do in this problem is, given the differential equation, we are going to try to find the transfer function. So what is given? Let's see, given is the differential equation. Let's say this is, let's try to write this as dq dc dt cube, third order. And then here I want to put 4 d square dt square. Just put in some numbers in there, and then I want to put 8 dc by dt, and let's call him plus 6c. Alright, this is the left hand side, and on the right hand side I want to put here as d square r dt square plus the 6dr dt, and then I want to put here as 8r. Alright, this is the given the differential equation. Let's use the word differential equation. Now we want to find the transfer function. Okay, so what kind of transfer function we're looking for? This is the differential equation that is given to us. Okay, and we are going to try to find the transfer function. So required, maybe let's put this as required. Required from this problem is to find the transfer function. To find the transfer function. Excuse me. To find the transfer function. Transfer function. Alright, so transfer function, as you recall that we have looked at it before too, is output over input. Well, we'll decide that, but we are putting it in this format, that this is CS over RS. This is the format we want this transfer function to be in. And CFS over RFS is the output function, right? So CS output over input. So now this is this whole thing, this block that you are looking at, this is indeed called the transfer function. Let's draw this arrow over here. Okay, so now we are going to use that famous table that we have talked about, how to go from time domain to the frequency domain. Well, if you look at that table that I gave you before, this guy over here is actually going to convert it to s cubed times CFS, right? This is this guy right here, right? And then similarly, you can pretty much do this on your own now. This will be equal to 4 s squared times CFS. And this guy is just going to be 8 s times CFS. Well, the right hand side, well, we're not done with this as yet. And this will be 6 times CFS, parentheses s, is equal to s squared plus 6s r of s, parentheses, plus 8 r of s. Well, seems like we got a pretty neat equation here. So we can factor out CFS here. So let's factor that out. And inside you are going to have s cubed plus 4s squared plus 8s. Don't forget that 6. So there's a 6 in there too. On the right hand side, forgot to put that RS in there. So on the right hand side, you are going to have RS times S squared plus 6S plus the 8. Alright, so this is looking good now. So now all we got to do is find that transfer function. So you can take this down and kind of cross multiply it. So bring this down over here. This will become CFS over RFS. Now will be equal to what? S squared plus 6S plus 8. The whole thing divided by S cubed plus 4S squared plus 8S plus 6. This will be your transfer function. Let's call him again, transfer function. Now this will help you to solve problem number 4 on homework 1. With this problem, we are done as far as the examples or similar problems for homework 1. Okay. But however, in preparation for the exam, I am going to be showing you some more examples and problems that can show up on exam number 1, which is going to be on Friday. If you checked your D2L, you are required to send me an email and then tell me what time you would like to take the exam. You'll give you 2 hours from the time you receive my email. Okay, obviously we are looking some decent enough timings here, anywhere from 10 a.m. till I will even go to 11 p.m. and after that I think we can, after that it'll be too late anyways. So yes, send me an email when you're ready on Friday. You can even send it to me today and let me know what time you need to get that exam 1 from me. I will send you an email. After you receive the email, you will have 2 hours to solve the exam and return it back to me within 2 hours. You cannot say that send me an email at let's say, even if I say 11 p.m. and then you send me the next day. No, you have only 2 hours to do it. So for example, if you do decide to say, hey, send me an email by 4 p.m., you have to submit your exam by, let's say, 6:10. I even give you 10 minutes grace period. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video shortly, covering some of the more examples for exam number 1. Okay, thank you.